time for the beginning of the end, my folks, my friends, my buddies. The final match of the World Riding Grand Prix was 5Ds versus Team New World. The first round was Jack versus Luciano. The final match was about to begin. Now, as we go into this, you may wonder, did they cut any more content? Yeah, they did. They did. So, as far as I can tell, there are 3 duels here that wrap up this story mode, not counting DLC, which I will be doing. And that means they cut out they cut out one of these dudes. They cut out Jose for no reason. Which I think is very stupid. But they also cut out the small plot line in which we basically duel someone who has some relation to Iliaster, and it ultimately leads our main characters, along with Sherry from before, into being on a ship that's being shot through a wormhole, and then Sherry just falls out and then is stuck inside a wormhole and disappears. That episode was not dubbed because her plotline is resolved at the last 14, 15 episodes of the show, and they didn't dub that either. For all intents and purposes, this is the final battle of the show, right here. Which, it's not. We still have more to do, but then again, the dub for this was bad. Luciano's not too bad, as far as I remember. He uses Skeel. Skeel being one of the mech lords. Actually, it looks like they're gonna all be using the same stuff, to be honest. Alright, first of all, fuck you. God damn it. So they're using the mech lord cards. Basically, the plot line for these characters is that they are from the future. And in their future, they were invaded by an army of robots. And now they use that army of robots as their deck theme. Which, by the way, didn't make too much sense. There are parts of the show where I didn't really understand some of the stuff. The basic premise is that in the future, synchro summoning is used to a ridiculous degree, and the advancement of technology along with the energy that comes from the synchro summoning allowed a robot invasion, the future to be destroyed, so a bunch of characters decided we're going to come to the past and basically enact their plan of summoning an Arc Cradle to ultimately destroy Neo Domino City, because this is the city that is the mecca of synchro summoning, and basically put a stop to it. As a result, they have no synchros in their decks. They have monsters that are meant to combat them. Like their main monsters have effects that are, we can absorb your synchro monster and take its attack points and stuff like that. And that's basically their background. It's more like they're like, we're from the future, we gotta stop this thing. So technically they're not actually evil, but they oppose us, so they're evil. Also, they act evil, so they're kind of evil. It's that thing where they're actually doing the good thing, but they're sacrificing people to do it, so they're really evil. It's that one thing that this occurs in all types of media, right? Where they make characters out to be bad guys. One, because it's a children's show and you need bad guys that are mustache twirling. Villains. But sometimes you don't necessarily write the character to necessarily be evil. But it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Who fucking cares, so they're all gonna be going nuts. The show even makes the 10th anniversary movie, Bonds Beyond Time, canon, because the villain of that movie, Paradox, is in fact one of the members of the Iliaster, like, group. And he had his own plan to basically take out the future and, like, change time by killing the creator of all card games, Pegasus. But if you've seen that movie, you see that he fails in his job, and everything goes to shit for him. So, in the end, it doesn't really work out. I did appreciate the fact that not only did they, like, I enjoy that because that makes it canon. I like the idea of when you make an anime movie that doesn't fit in the timeline, you can magically just make it canon and go, man, that's not complete bullshit. I'm fine with that. That works. This deck they've given me for Jack is fucking abysmal. Like, this deck's super bad. I mean, we can take out Granel, but we're still not in a good position here. So these mech lords, they're like little foot soldier versions of their grown-up, super-powered versions. So they're not too good. They have some effects, but their larger forms, which are all level 1, they have some stuff going on with them, so we have to be careful. I'm gonna assume that each of these guys only have their specific card, which Lester would have, Luciano would have Skill, Placido would have Weissel, and Jose would have had the Granel, which would be a big version of this guy, but they've decided that they don't want me to duel him, unfortunately, so that's really stupid. Now, we can do this, Harmonic Waves, make this a 4, and then I have a play for you guys. Also, if I could, I feel like I almost want to continue talking about that Herald duel we had earlier. That was the worst shit last episode. I was so upset. I just got done recording that, so I don't know how I'm editing it, but ooh, that was rough. That was rough. Another thing that makes these villains cool is they cut out all the duels they have except here. The problem with the story mode, you know what? The problem with all of the fucking story modes with Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist is they put like 25 times the effort in the intro parts of them, and then in the latter half they kind of hand wave everything, or they just put no effort in like anything, so that when you reach the latter parts where the most important plot relevant stuff happens to the show, when all of the important stuff is happening, the well thought out villains are appearing, the good backgrounds, when that's happening, it's getting cut the most. Most of the cuts you're seeing are at that point. So, man, fuck. Like, the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters wasn't the best just because they cut out literally all of the Bakura stuff, and they just go straight to the duel with Yugi at the end, which is fucking terrible. I mean, I can almost understand cutting out the Sealy Voricalcos arc because it's filler, even though it's the best thing that series had ever done. No contest. Like, the Dart stuff is the best stuff in that show. But it just feels super rushed, and even then Battle City felt super rushed. GX, I feel like the U-Bell stuff felt really rushed too, and so did Society of Light a little bit. And this as soon as Dark Signer started, this show felt rushed beyond belief. Then there's just way too many duels with just Yusei, even though there's a shit ton of duels that aren't just Yusei. And there are different dudes going up for the battle, for the duel. So I'm very... To give my thoughts on a story mode like this, I have to say I'm pretty damn disappointed in a lot of in them cutting literally so much of the content. Because the thing I kind of like is all this really cool story mode, and they kind of just butchered so much of it. I'm gonna fucking lose my monster now. Are you fucking kidding me? Man, this nigga is so free. Like, part of me is so done with any of these guys giving me a challenge, because to be honest, that Herald duel was so bad and so imbalanced on my side of having to duel him 12 times, and every single time I dueled him, almost, he got out Odin immediately. It just felt like this. And the deck is just not made. Like, they withheld cards that would actually make Yusei competitive against him. Yeah, to be honest, that really took me out of it, and I'm kind of at this moment where it's like, anytime the opponent comes up with a move that takes me out, I'm immediately just fucking so done. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. It's so fucking stupid. If it's just done, it's a bad game anyway. I'm in that mode, and I really shouldn't be. Because we're so close to the end. So I'm gonna tough it out, but like, I don't know, they just cut out so much from these story modes. I mean, to be fair, they're doing so many, I guess I can understand, but then I also don't appreciate that they fucking nickel and dime you on so many of the good DLC type ones that they've released. Like, there's DLC, oh man, man, look at him. He's just a dude with wings. But they nickel and dime you with the DLC on this, and I kind of find it a little disgusting. From a story standpoint, I mean, go ahead and sell structured decks. I mean, go ahead. It's a fucking CCG. I don't care about that. But the story duels, one, because you're cutting out parts of a story mode. I feel like you should never do that. And two, the Arc 5 story mode just being completely, like, murdered. It also leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I could have just... no, I couldn't have just won. I could have come close, though. What did they give me Red Nova? They did. Like, this is Jack's last duel, and I'm not going to end up using it. Which is unfortunate, but I don't really have an easy way to get it out. But, it's just the fact that, yo, do you want to duel, you want to duel Night Shroud, or I'm sorry, do you want to duel Satan as Jaden and then Yugi? Well, you gotta pay $5. Oh, do you want to play all the Arc 5 duels we have available? Well, for $5, you can get one of these duels. And I can tell you right here, none of these are worth $5. Like, you could potentially spend more money than the cost of the game at its new game price. Just on the DLC alone, which I find to be a problem, especially from a value standpoint. That just don't lock the story behind it. That's my only like problem with it. If you don't lock story behind a paywall for some of these parts, then just don't do it. You could do better, you know? And then, you know, people could just say, ah, fuck Konami, that's how they is, but you know. Why the fuck do I have a Rocket Warrior? Like, literally, why? I'm gonna fucking hang myself. It's not my fault he fucking cheated. I just want to be done with the duel now. He's starting to piss me off. I'm like, yo, let me fucking end this. I'm so done with you. Okay, finish him off. Anyway, Jack was able to dispatch Lester. He now faced the next member. He's got to fight a Placido. And thus begins the dawn of the machines. This is the first time we're dueling Placido, even though he's participated in like 4 or 5 duels in the proper show. I guess so. He is basically the most used of these 3 characters. Jose is basically the background guy. He talks a lot and it's like, yeah, follow the plan. We're gonna get shit done. Luciano's the one that laughs at everything and is just a big cuck the entire fucking series. And has like 2 duels. And Placido is just constantly, you know, hatching plans and is kind of the most, you know, active of them, which makes him the better one in general anyway. One thing these villains happen to do is they fuse with their motorcycles. There's no real quick way to segue. These guys are part mechanical, so they end up, like, contorting their legs and then, like, jacking into the motorcycle. So Placido does it first and basically becomes this motorcycle centaur man with a sword dual disc. Sounds stupid? Yeah. Is it cool? Absolutely. So they're having Jack fight fucking Primo, or Placido, and I'm guessing it's just going to be a second verse, same as the first kind of situation. Well, I can see what they want me to do. They want me to do that, summon the Tricky for free, then summon Dark Resonator, and then get this guy out with literally no effort whatsoever. It's about time they give me the super fast combos, I guess. If I could say, well, I was trying to remember what their basic plan was in going into this duel, really. Like, because first of all, you may get the question of, yo, how the fuck are what you established earlier, the mayor, the three leaders of the city, how are they able to participate in this tournament and stuff? In case you're wondering, after the wormhole episode I briefly mentioned, they used their power to erase the memory that they were ever the leaders of that city from the minds of everyone except the main characters, because they have the power of the Crimson Dragon. And then established themselves new memories for the world. That or they just fucking put in the work and basically made themselves, like, you know, due to time travel bullshit, they made themselves the super cool Team New World that are super good dueling pros. Which is just, you know, their opportunity to be like, oh man, look at us. Flare Resonator and Effect Veiler. I mean, if I could get him to not attack Flare, and I can summon Effect Veiler on the next turn, I can bring out Red Nova. It's not going to matter that much to me, because this is already a fucking very strong card I have right now. But, you know... Okay, I get it, I'm retarded. You have nothing, don't you? So... what did I just play? What did I play? What does this get? Oh, to hand, okay. So, during either play, you can send this from your hand to graveyard, target a tuna monster you control. This turn again, show up battle. Okay. Get this to my hand. What is this? During your end phase, destroy all the monsters that did not declare an attack. This can declare an attack just by existing, so sure. Alright, Placido, I'm gonna ask you one thing. One personal thing. Do not attack my Effect Veiler. Ah, fuck it, you're gonna do it. No, you're just gonna kill Red Dragon Archfiend, actually. If I had Effect Veiler in my hand, I would have been able to avoid that. I should have summoned Flare first. What? 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 Like, that doesn't affect me in any way. What? Destruct Potion. Select a monster, you can gain it life points equal to its attack. Like, okay, I guess to keep yourself going a little bit, but that fucking... You know what? Fucking do it. Do whatever you want. Let's do a double tuning. 2 tuners on top of Red Dragon Archfiend creates his ultimate monster, which is Scar Red Nova Dragon, gaining an extra 300 points from Flare Resonator and 500 attack for each tuner in the grave, giving him an attack of 6,300 points. Kill him. In case you're wondering, Jack's dex is fucking insane if he can get that to work. Placido's defeated, but Team New World would soon reveal their true power. So, by this point, the whole plan for this team was that Placido and Luciano would basically, like, lose. Their whole plan was to basically lose and set up this card that gives them a shit ton of life points, so that when Jose would summon Granel, its effect was going to let him gain attack equal to their life points. And it made him have a colossal monster. In the end, Yusei defeats Jose, or gets him close. And then, the three Emperors decide that they're going to fuse, leading into what the dub states as the final duel. And it's like, yo, no, let's show you my good shit. And then suddenly he takes them to another dimension and says this is the future of the world and tries to make him feel things. This is the whole thing of like, we're not really evil, you know. This is the future that's from your synchros. Yusei's like, I don't care, you're trying to hurt my friends and other stuff. Ultimately, all the catastrophes, it just destroys the future, basically. In the end, Zero Reverse happens. The event that caused Satellite and Neo Domino City to split basically happens again. Though, if we go by this timeline, it happens for the first time, because these are the guys that engineered it happening in our timeline, but that's a lot of timeline bullshit. He's like, yo, but we can use friendship to save the world. And he's like, nah, you're wrong. I'm a big bad guy. Did you notice that I have hair coming out of my eye socket? I don't think you noticed that. So, all three of them combine to create their true form, because it was under my impression of this is that all three of them are the exact same person from different eras of that life. And they come together to create their true form. Oh, Jesus. It is Aporia. Do we need to talk about how this motherfucker without talking takes up half the screen? This is him. This is the true big bad. Second in command big bad of Iliaster. And Jesus Christ. He does this. Their motorcycles combine to turn into a three-headed Cerberus dueling motorcycle tank. They leave the arena and start dueling it out in the city. He's like, I'ma save the future. It all ends now. A massive structure known as the Divine Temple appeared in the sky, which in the original was called the Ark Cradle. It began to descend toward Neo Domino City. If it crashed into the ground, it would destroy all of the city, which, according to these guys' plan, like, if the place where synchro summoning is used the most is destroyed during the wreckage, and everyone hears, yo, these guys showed up to destroy the city because synchro summoning, we're gonna go ahead and never use synchro summoning again because of fear. Which effectively works. Is the plot kind of stupid? Yeah, a little bit, but, you know. Whatever, it leads us into the final boss, not counting the DLC, which will make us do the finale in the next episode, probably. It is time to fight Aporia. From here, I can talk about the new opening. This episode has the final opening in the description, which is Going My Way. It's really good. It is an excellent opening. I don't think it's as strong as the previous one, because the previous one's just my favorite. But it's on that same, like, level, because it's done by the same artist. I don't know that much to expect here besides Mech Lord Astro Mechanical, which is basically a giant white Mech Lord. So, here we go. We're like burning through 3 duels in one episode. And if I start losing, I'll just simply cut until I get what I need. I fucked up. I was supposed to play this in a different order. Whatever, people make mistakes. We got those people who comment every single time I use the wrong card. And I just ignore those people because they smell. Alright, they gave me all of the dragons for this duel. One, because they want to consider this technically to be the final battle, even though it's not. And, because this was a team duel, they want to give me Jack and Crow's cards to support, even though they didn't let Crow be playable during this. Though, to be honest, I kind of like that, because Jack's a better duelist. He's got better stuff. I prefer his playstyle, though, to be fair, because Crow does get like 8 million black wings. The support on that archetype is literally bananas. Let's see if we can hit him. Oh, is this happening? Well, we're hitting Aporia. I love Aporia because he just becomes this catalyst of despair. A lot of people like to attribute despair to Danganronpa, but I had watched 5Ds instead back in 2010, and all that came out of this motherfucker's mouth is Zetsubo, and he kept talking about fucking, you will lose, you say, and feel this intense Zetsubo that will conquer everything. And you can find it on YouTube. You just, like, I think if you YouTube, like, YouTube and Zetsubo, there's just a supercut of him just saying it 8 million fucking times. It's the best. Are you gonna let me win? I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get you to one hit, and then you're gonna be like, okay, here's 10 monsters with 1 million attack. Yes, there's Mech Lord Astro Mechanical. Boom. His ultimate card right here. Cannot be normal summoner set. You have to send 3 Mech Lords from the hand to the graveyard. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can target a synchro your opponent controls. Equip that target to this card. Then it gains attack equal to the combined attack of monsters equipped to it. And it can do it once per turn, so it can keep adding synchros. So it potentially can get well over 10,000 attack quite easily. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can send one of these equipped monsters you control to the graveyard to inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. You cannot conduct your battle phase if you happen to do that move. This card is bullshit, so we're going to use Compulsory Evacuation Device and put it back in his hand. He used Mech Timed Blast, so Mech Timed Blast is him basically blowing up his monster so he can blow up one of my monsters. Basically, he's like, well, I'm not going to get this thing out again. I might as well just blow up your friend. And that's his ace card. It's basically a situation where we need to remove it easily or we're done. So that is my focus. We have a Mirror Force, we have a Scrap Iron, we have 2 Scrap Irons actually. I did not know that we have the best defense we've ever had in a 5Ds duel, but we happen to have it. The only moves we can really do is just hitting with Boost Warrior. We will win in the next 4 turns. Is that right? 6 times 4, 24, 6, 5. Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I questioned my correct math. I shouldn't do that. I'm a mathematician, my friends. Alright, we will win, win next turn. I was thinking about switching into Junk Warrior, but it looks like Boost Warrior only gains points when he's out. So in the end, I would have done 100 points less damage. Actually, no, I would have done 100 more. Doesn't fucking matter. Like, okay, you get rid of Scrap. He summons Army of Skeel. What's your play? Ah, I see your play here. I scrap it. And we go in with Junk Synchron. Uses Mech Time to Blast. Targets both of these cards, blows them up. Then it allows him to summon Mech Lord Emperor Skeel. And I have no way to stop that shit. He actually got something out. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned by its own effect, cannot be summoned other ways. When a face-up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can summon this guy out from your hand. Other monsters cannot declare an attack. You can target a synchro, equip it. You can send one monster you control that's equipped this, and it can attack directly. This is Luciano's Mechlord Emperor. And then, you know, there's an Emperor Weissel for Placido and an Emperor Granel for Jose. Jose's Granel has the effect that he gains, like, attack points equal to, like, half your life points, and Weissel's effect is he can negate a spell card. But they all have the we absorb a synchro monster effect. There's no point in dark holing yet. We can just have Mirror Force do the job for us and then smack for game. Because he doesn't have anything that can stop my trap right now, and he is going straight for the attack, so sure. He has one face down. Can this stop me? We're going to find out. I'm not going to summon anything else to the field, just in case. And we got him. That caps off the 5D story mode if I didn't go and get that Dilk. I've failed. Man, how did I lose to monsters of 1300 or less attack points? Yo, New Domino City's people are safe. This sucks. And Crow's like, you did it. Not me. We all did it. Yeah, we did it together. So I need to talk about something before we cap off. Oh, good. We got a trophy because we completed it. I need to talk about something really fucking stupid that happened in the dub. The one thing that makes me fucking hate this dub is that it ends here. Just so people know, the fucking Arc Cradle thing doesn't disappear after this duel is done. It stays, and they're like, yo, there's still bad guys. And you gotta stop the bad guys up there. Which we're gonna do in the next episode. The finale of the entire Legacy of the Duelist series. But the problem is that they frame this as the final duel in the dub because they cut a lot of the episode up. Aporia's duel ends, like, right before the intro of an episode. Like, they do an intro, like, 6 or 7 minutes into the episode, because sometimes anime does that, where they're like, before even the halfway point of an episode, Aporia's defeated, he, like, is completely he, like, loses and then starts breaking apart, crashes into a lake, and explodes. It's fucking sick. And they decided to instead cut the episode that Yusei wins at the end of an episode, because they're not going to dub the rest. Problem. They cut it so lazily that Yusei attacks Aporia to beat him on Aporia's own turn. Like, they didn't even follow the goddamn rules of the card game. I'm basically saying fuck 4Kids. So next time, we're heading into the Arc Cradle to duel 2 more opponents. We'll be fighting the 2 big main bad guys that are left, which I'm going to assume, because last time I checked, this DLC does include Antimony and Zone. So we'll be taking them on in the finale of Legacy of the Duelist. Next time, I'm so tired.